Majo John Madden Juanito with a little update from Juanito's Doggie Clubhouse and Cantina in Acamal. A couple days ago, felt like a crisis about what I was going to do with boundaries, who belonged and who didn't belong, who I would take care of and who I wouldn't. It all has shaken down and gotten very peaceful, and as I'm getting ready to go downtown and buy Boku kibble, lots of dog kibble, and just enough food to keep me going. Here's our membership. Negro, so named because in Mexico they just call black dogs Negro, black, and also because I was bitten and traumatized by actually very good black dog named Negro, and it's been healing to have a dog who's so totally crazy about me and so unlikely to bite me. Over there is Spot, now named Boca because she's a teenager and all mouth. And I have to, on an ongoing basis, discipline her for you cannot, your teeth are too sharp and you get carried away with your lug bites and you're going to penetrate your skin and then I would be pissed off and we don't want that. So I have lightly slapped her and said, no, had to. She wouldn't understand anything less. And then she immediately comes back for love and I just pour love upon her and she's also very crazy about me. This dog does not spend all her time here. They're all girls. This is the bitch's dorm here, technical term. Negro has another family somewhere down the block where she takes off for big periods of time. There's a little disease between Negro and Boca over there and her either sister or mother. They seem so just in sync with each other that I'll show you outside. They're absolutely in harmony and they wrestle and chase and have a ball with each other. Each of them gets a little jealous when Negro comes home and suddenly she's getting a lot of love. So both of them, I've had to discipline them and say, no growling. No, you will not. But right now it's totally peaceful. And I'm going to have to shoo both of those two out of the house as I go downtown. And then we're not going to coop them up. They're thrilled. None of these three, I think, has ever experienced being petted. They've never gotten love, tenderness from a human. They're still a little skittish. Each of them is still a little skittish with me if I make a sudden move or raise my arm or pick up a broomstick. They go, oh, this is trouble. But I can reassure them. And I think they've never been inside a building. So it's a big luxury to be inside the cool building and on the cool concrete on a hot, sunny afternoon in tropical Mexico where it's 80 degrees today and sunny. But I never coop them up. I never keep them inside. They always have access to the outside. Even at night when the door is closed, if they get restless, I go to the door and say, you want to go out? And sometimes they do want to. And this is Princess, the queen of the dogs. What a wonderful dog. And she is the one of them who goes with me when I go on walks every day going downtown to get provisions and stuff. And the others fall away. They usually Spot acts like she wants to come with, but then drops off. But always, this one comes with me. And in a little pueblo where 80% of the dogs are free all the time, she's clearly very smart and knows her way around. And if I were to disappear, she could always get back. She knows the town quite clearly and knows how to avoid cars. And Acamal is not a thoroughfare. Nobody goes anywhere beyond Acamal except into the jungle to the monkey sanctuaries or the big trucks taking gravel to the big Maya train, which is completed already to the next stop, Tulum, but they're putting in a big carretera, a big road up there. But I think the whole winter break, there have not been those big dump trucks running. And tomorrow on Sunday, I'm going to take a walk back in the jungle because it'll be quiet in there. And here's my little house. 2 months ago when I moved in, this piece of land here was a big mess because it had been a construction project. My dear personal friend and landlord, Marcos Chan, built this from scratch over the course of the last year. That structure was not there. And this was all a construction area, and it looked like it. Now, my friend Mirna is storing windows here. I don't know if the windows are from their apartment building or something. Those will all go. This is a water tank that's not being used and was tilted over on its side, and Marcos by himself stood it up. He's quite strong. But the yard, Marcos comes by and fusses with the garden, makes it nicer, and it's feeling really peaceful. And I'm feeling really peaceful in spite of being sick, in spite of living in a neighborhood that has, I think, no other gringos. I think I'm the only expat living in this part of the Pueblo. There's 4 streets running from the ocean west, downtown, paved roads, and then another 6 that are unpaved. And mine is one of the unpaved roads that doesn't have a name. This was all cleared from jungle 8 years ago. And it's poor, and affluent expats in the Riviera Maya would find my neighborhood frighteningly not scenic and not affluent. I'm sure they would say to me, John, you've fallen out of the middle class, and I have intentionally. I'm with the people. And look at this. And maybe you can hear there are vendors come through. This guy's selling all these big Tupperware things, big storage boxes. Good music. They always have good music. Selling furniture. And that goes on, especially in the evenings. A car that comes through selling tortas, sandwiches. A guy with a woman's voice and great music. And this whole trunk of his car is full of donuts. So that's the place. Peaceable Kingdom. It's been my goal to turn it into that, and it sure is happening. 2 days ago, I was stressed out by how to manage the dogs. There's still an issue of getting the peripheral dogs, the dogs who are not official members of the bitches dorm. A couple of them I absolutely do want to keep feeding. But they've learned. This morning, I was in the bathroom for an extended period of time, and the dog I call Fang, who is a guy and not invited, but who I love and I'm very sweet to. This morning, I came out of the bathroom and found him just perched here on the hearth. He understood that he was not supposed to come in the house, so he didn't even try. And then he let me give him love for quite an extended period of time, which was really sweet. Okay. From Acamal, Riviera Maya, 30 minutes south of Cancun, 60 minutes south of Cancun, 30 minutes south of Playa del Carmen, and 30 minutes north of Tulum, which yesterday a Washington Post travel article came through my Google feed about how Tulum has, in the last 10 years, gone from being a backpacker's destination to one of the shishi spots in Mexico. I've been there just twice. It's really quite wonderful and exciting. But Acamal is perfect for me.